they try that on me, they're going to regret it. That's what I'm going to say. Because I will let the whole, like how you said, social media, I will put them on blast. I ain't playing. You ain't going to do that to me, especially when I was coming there in good faith to spend good money with you. I'm keeping that. And I'm going to go. See, now, this is what I mean. You have to think about where you're going to spend your money. And, okay, he may have wanted a Rolex there, but they can keep that now. I'm going to go somewhere else. And this time I'm going to go and make sure that I get exceptional service. You can keep it. I ain't coming back to a shop ever again. I ain't going to call the police on me. I ain't even done nothing. Come on, just because you see my face. And someone, I actually saw in one of the comments, somebody said, oh, you know, how come they didn't have security outside the front of the shop, but they actually went so far as to call the police on him? For what? For being a black man getting out of a car to cross the street and come in the shop. That's what they call the police on him for, isn't it? That's the only thing they could call the police on him for. He wasn't doing nothing else. Literally walking across the road. Well, and I know you guys call it, was it jaywalking?
Yeah.
He wasn't even probably doing that. And they call the police. Oh! Okay, no. That's crazy. I don't play that. I don't love that. No, I had to put it in today's show because it just shows that, again, black people doing well, another form of discrimination. Basically, you're a black person and you got lots of money, so they're going to find a way to try and bring you down a couple of notches almost. Why? Just because they're jealous.
Well, but that's everyone. I mean, even if in everyday life, if your neighbor has a better looking lawn than yours, if you're jealous, you walk across it, and you let your dog go over and dump on it or something like that. And it's because of the way I'm not like that. But there are people that are jealous.
Oh my God, yeah, that's so bad. People, stop laughing. It ain't funny. You don't be doing that now. That's nasty.
Literally.
Oh my God. Now, okay. I have to mention this one, K-Rose. Link 17. Now, this is over here in the UK. Yes, I wasn't happy with our so-called Mr. Prime Minister. Basically, it wasn't even him, actually. It was one of his cronies that was in his office. Basically, the policy chief, Oliver Letwin, who's the David Cameron's policy chief, he was facing demands for an apology over offensive remarks that he made about black people in the wake of the 1985 Broadwater farm riots. Now, I don't know if you remember me mentioning that to you. I did, didn't I, on one of the shows in the past, K-Rose? And I remember saying to you that back then, you know, the strength of feeling of the segregation and the racism and that is what I think partly led to the riots as they happened back then. And obviously, you know, there was a police officer that was killed and stuff. So, obviously, this guy, Oliver Letwin, yes, I'm naming and shaming people. You know what I'm like. He, at that time, had said some very derogatory things. Basically, at the time when he was asked to do a sort of like report on it, because he was at that time he was an advisor to Margaret Thatcher, who was the then Prime Minister. So it was part of a number 10 policy unit. And you know what this guy said? He said, because he basically blamed bad moral attitudes for the major disturbances which broke out in mainly black inner city areas, and he was pouring scorn on claims that unrest was a product of urban deprivation. So basically, he dismissed the proposals by ministers to foster the new middle class of black entrepreneurs. This is why this is important, people. Saying they would simply set up in the disco and drug trade. Hello?
Okay, say that one more time.
That's what he said. He was basically pouring scorn on black people becoming successful business people because he reckoned that they would simply set up in the disco and drug trade. Now, how racist and discriminatory is that? Hello? And this is what this man said in 1985. And you know what? No one never clocked him for it. They never said nothing to him. But it's come back to haunt him as of last year in December, I think it was. Because, you know, after 30 years, all these government papers get released. So some beady-eyed body saw that and decided to release that to the public and just unleash the Kraken on him because when we hear about that, we're going to be dressed pleased, aren't we? Hello?
It's people never cease to amaze me.
Oh, he was on it hard. And his comments and remarks were condemned by Labour Shadow Minister John Ashworth, who called on Mr. Letwin, obviously now he's a cabinet minister, to apologise. And he gave some lukewarm apology because he knew that it looked bad and he thought, oh God, that's come back to haunt me. And you know, so he probably forgot that he even said those things all them years ago.
Well, that's the beauty of technology. and that's why I say what I mean when I'm on the air. I don't bite my tongue. I try to be honest, not even try to be, I'm honest about my opinions. And so, because I know I'm being recorded, or I'm recording myself, first of all, and but I put stuff out on the internet. There are some things that are on my Twitter feeds that are pushes or RSS feeds, and I may not know or share it, but I'll share it because it's news. But if I say something or if I type something, it's my opinion, and I know it will be recorded and probably be out there forever. Right. So I'm not going to say anything I don't believe.
There you go. Well, there you go. But he didn't think that back then, because obviously nobody knew how technology would take off. But he wasn't thinking about that. He in his mind, that was how it was. Because in their mind, all black people do is sell drugs and want to dance all night. And hello. Wow. When I saw that, and apparently David Lammy, who's a Labour MP over here, and he grew up near the Broadwater Farm estate in Tottenham, apparently, and he said the comments were, quote unquote, breathtaking. I remember thinking, listen, that's a very polite way of putting it. Mm-hmm.
Well, but people, it really happened, and there are some people that still do it. There are that group of people that I always say need to be loaded up on a ship and blasted into space. They have the mistaken belief that they can say something and no one will record it or know about it, and that's impossible now with cell phone technology. So,
we get you. We're gonna get you.
Right,
if you're on nasty, people are gonna find out about your nasty behavior and your nasty mind.
I even want to make sure that people understand what I mean about that group of people. It's not all of them, okay? There are a lot of good people that are in that age group that don't need to be on the ship. They need to load the ship, probably, but they don't need to be on the ship. But the people that need to be on the ship are the people that try and just create friction, and they just blatantly, as I started the show out talking about, just lie in the camera and then say they didn't say it.
Oh yeah, there's some of the most dangerous people are the liars who believe that they are telling the truth. Okay.
Yeah, very.
Okay. Oh my God. Sometimes you have to just look at them and think, no, stay away. Because when someone, they believe their own lies, their whole face is just completely devoid of any type of, because as far as they're concerned, what they're saying is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay? And they will look in your eyeballs and grin teeth with you and tell you that the sky is green, and they believe it. Okay. Some of that, like I said, people, you have to just let them people just keep it moving, because sometimes don't mess with that. Today's show topic is about Black Wall Street people and supporting black businesses. So that is the positive message that I want to keep putting forward. Support each other, support black business. Obviously, we support all businesses. I'm just going to put that out there just in case people think, he's very racist. No. I'm just saying that we as a black community worldwide, we need to start working together with each other and stop putting each other down and start to genuinely be happy for each other and make things happen, because we can do it. We do it. Look at all the things we have had to go through just to be where we are today, and we are still moving forward, but it's a collective effort. And when you do things together, don't you find that it becomes easier and we are more close-knit? Because you're not trying to fight each other?
Yeah, it should make it easier, but even if you do have those one or two people who are negative, you can still get through it.
That's right. You just leave them on it, because not everybody is for the greater good. Not everybody is on the same thought process moving forward. So okay, we have to just let them be. Some people, you just can't change their mindset. Fair enough, whatever. But you just think, okay, just let them get on with it. But for the most part, I'm sure most people have a positive outlook on life, a positive attitude. They want to do well, they want to succeed, but that takes work, it takes focus, and it don't happen overnight, is the point I'm trying to make. So, and this is why, moving neatly on, K-Rose, I have to say, this is why they say getting a good education is extremely important as well, because the culture that education happens in is important as well. That I must say. Because if your child is going to a school where they're not fostering them and allowing them to be creative and to not, to be unafraid to ask questions and stuff like that, unfortunately, sometimes it could hold a child back. But this is why I'm hoping that this next article will make people see that despite what happens to you, especially this guy, he still managed to excel and create a life for himself, a great life actually, and he's a teacher. So I think in a way he's giving back from the experiences that he had while going to school, because obviously he's helping to teach the next generation, isn't he? This is link 18, K-Rose. And I thought this was really interesting. I liked the way it was put in the article, because, this teacher, he didn't shy away from the experiences that he had as a student, and he let his students know that these are the types of things that can happen, and there are people out there in the world that will perceive you in certain negative ways. So he's preparing his students for that, which I think is good. A good teacher also shows their students some of the so-called, more negative.
Well, but it's real. You show them real life.
Yeah. And I like that, because I think that to prepare kids is the only way you can make them sort of be able to think, okay, well, I can navigate that, and I can do this, and I can go here, and I can, and that's the only way they're going to, because otherwise you shelter them, and then when they get out into the cold world, that's a big wake up.
Yeah, they go out without a coat. I mean,
that's right, and they could freeze to death now. Come on, so And another person who I really wanted to celebrate is a lady called Marva Collins. Now, I hadn't heard of her until, as I said, I was doing my research for the show, and one of her quotes, actually, which was the picture quote I used for my cover for today's post. People, you know where to find the post at ask-avani-show on Twitter. And on the Ask Avani Show Facebook group page, I have posted this as part of today's post. Please go and read it at your leisure and share, comment, post, and enjoy. Oh my God! She said, "Success doesn't come to you; you must go to it," and that was so powerful to me, because I remember looking at that and thinking, "Wow, that is so true." You have to forge your way towards it. You cannot sit there and just wait for things to come to you. You have to decide, okay, I'm going to put one foot in front of the other, and I'm just going to get there. However long it might take me, whatever obstacles there may be along the way, that's life, okay? Let's just be on the real. But she was saying, you got to go, you got to grab it with both hands and make it happen, So I was just like, yeah, I'm loving that philosophy, and I think that she was on point with it. Basically, people, we are posting for you to see. I think she was kind of like a pioneer in a way. She was an activist, a civil rights activist, and obviously an educator. She was a teacher, and she helped people, in an impoverished area in Chicago where, the educational system was really struggling, and she really helped the kids there to keep going. Unfortunately, the school didn't last as long as it could have done, but the people that she helped have obviously gone out into the world and managed to make really good lives for themselves. So, and she started that out from nothing, because she saw that there was a need for it.
Again, we're talking about a black woman,
yes,
who felt the need to help people and was able to help thousands of people, really, because she's well known here in the United States, well known.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of her, and I was like, wow. So I wanted to put her in today's show just in case there's other people like me who had never heard of her, because I was like, wow, who is this lady? And I tell you how I came across her, because I found that picture quote, and her name was at the bottom, and I remember thinking, that is so powerful. Who is this woman? I'm nosy already. I always want to delve deeper if I can and find out more about people, and I was like, wow. And once I started really finding out about her, I was like, oh my God, this woman is really interesting. And these are the types of people of our history that we should celebrate more, I think, basically. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because, wow. Again, another person that, if she was alive today, would probably be still inspiring more students to get a good education so that they can become whoever they want to be, whether it's an entrepreneur, business person, whatever they want to do in their life. But today's show is about black business, so that's why I wanted to, because obviously an education, if you can't read and write, if you can't count, that's going to hinder you. Not to say you won't get to do it, but it's just, things are more difficult.
Well, and there are people, because I'm a firm believer in people learning a trade, and people that are good